we lost our girl, Natalie Deselle Reid, best known for her role in BAPS, working with Halle Berry. That was my girl. I feel so sad about it. She was only 53. Like, this is just mind-boggling to me at this point. 2020 has been one heck of a year. And when I tell you I'm looking forward to it being over, it is an understatement. Natalie Deselle Reid, you probably know her from the 2011 film Big Happy Family. She was such like a comic relief. Very down to earth, friend in your head. She had to be a friend in your head because you know you was never going to meet her. A lot of females, a lot of girls, especially in my age group, for Halloween when people go to costume parties or whatever, they like to dress up as Babs, Halle Berry, or Natalie Deselle Reid because they had these outrageous costumes. Look at their hair. I would love to emulate that for a costume party. In fact, in the late 90s, I think those were the hairstyles that were worn. To a certain extent. I mean, fun, and more fun. Nowadays, it's just wigs. Natalie was always funny. Most of her roles were funny, hilarious, and she was like the girl next door. Like, you can relate. She could be your best friend, cousin, sister, whoever. That was comical. She was bringing the comedic break. She was bringing it. So down to earth. And I know there are a lot of people who are just like shocked at this point. Just growing up in the late 90s, 2000s, and not many black faces on the TV screen or in the theaters. And she was definitely one that stood out. And on this day, I just want to say, rest in peace, Natalie Deselle Reid. My thoughts and prayers are with your family, friends, and loved ones. Now, our girl Letoya Luckett, formerly of Destiny's Child, she is going through it. We got to pray for our girl because these guys be trying to come for us, ladies. They try to come and ruin our entire lives. This fool, he was lucky enough to get Letoya's hand in marriage, especially after her first marriage just ended up in a whole entire debacle. She was lucky, so she thought, to get her king, so she thought. But she didn't say the prayer that Sierra said that got her Russell Wilson. She must have said something else because she got her a whole complete idiotic fool. He already had a child. She had none. They lived in separate states. Big no-no. That long distance stuff is for the birds. And she has stuck with it through thick and thin, hell and high water with this fool. He done lost his mama. She's been very supportive. She was pregnant with that baby girl, had a beautiful baby girl for him, and just watching T.I.'s family hustle the way that he was treating her on that show. And it's like, bruh, we already know T.I.'s a big hoe, but do you have to be the second one on the show? No, you don't have to be. Like, come on, let's respect our women. It don't have to be, let's respect our black women. No, just respect women, period. Okay? You don't want nobody dogging out your mama, your sister, your auntie, your cousin. Don't do it to your own woman, the mother of your child, your children. Like, come on. How narcissistic can you be? You ain't even all that, bruh, with your baby teeth. Tomicus, your baby teeth and all them damn gums. No. In fact, Toya is actually too good for you if you ask me, in my own opinion. And my opinion is usually right. She's too good for you. You could tell she's sincere. She's very loving and very forgiving. Because if it was me, honey, I'd have been divorced your ass. Ain't no threats. Ain't no, I'm going to think about it or I'm going to go down there and get the paperwork. No, honey, everything's going to be done. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm not yours. Bruh. You got the audacity, Tomicus. The audacity. And then my girl, she done had a second baby for this fool. So not only did she go into the marriage without children, she now has a young daughter and she now has an infant son. It is going to be very hard to get away from him, even though she can do it. It's going to take strength. Because Lord knows, as mothers, we don't want to break up our families. But sometimes that's the best thing to do for our own mental and for our kids' sanity as well. Like, let's not continue the dysfunctional cycle, the generational curses that are just laid on top of our families. Like, if, as women, somebody's got to do it, because the men are ignorant. They don't see what it is. They don't see what it is. A long time ago, it was already set up to divide the black families. By who? You already know. Turn your hand over, you see the color. Okay? Now, if you know your history, you will do better. You will do better not only for yourself or your family members, but also for your ancestors, because they have been through hell and back again. And now they sitting back watching us shaking their heads like, these people are stupid. Straight up stupid. You can look at Thomas' eyes right now. Look at his eyes right now. You can tell he ain't no good. Them beady ass eyes. Come on now. Any dude with beady eyes, they are no good. Women, we got to learn to read men's faces. Read them. Look into their eyes. Look at their whole entire expression, their body language. I'm telling you, if you look hard enough, you'll see the devil. I ain't lying. You will see the devil, and then you will think about it, be like, yeah, long term with this guy? Absolutely not. I might go out on a couple dates, get a couple meals, but that's about it. I will not be his wife. I will not bear any children for this fool. You know what I'm saying? This whole entire fool, she had her baby shower. Letoya had her baby shower. Ended up seeing a video of Thomas and one of his concubines. Yeah, that's how we get down. You got a whole good woman, Thomas, a good woman. Your prayers were answered. If you prayed to God and asked for a wife and you got Letoya, your prayers were answered. She is putting up with your crap, and she don't have to, because she could do better than you. Look at you, fool. You look like a complete snake, slithering snake that belongs in the grass. Brown grass, by the way. Wilted grass. Like, yo. And if you sit back and think about it, if you know Letoya's history and her mother's history, Letoya doesn't really have a strong bond with her father, because the father did the same thing to her mother. It's interesting how history repeats itself and how we end up going down the same crazy road our parents went down. Some way or another, we're repeating patterns, whether good or bad. Sit back and think about the patterns that you're repeating from your family's history, your mama and daddy. What you doing that reminds you of them? Think about it. Now back to this fool. Ain't nothing good gonna come to this fool. I'm gonna tell you exactly what he gonna get. He gonna get an STD. That's what he gonna get. On that show, he kept telling Letoya, oh, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go on back to Dallas. I'm gonna go on back to Texas. Meanwhile, you live in Atlanta. He lives in Atlanta with Letoya, and he will just get up and say, I'm going to Dallas. Meanwhile, he does have a daughter that lives there. However, your wife lives here in Atlanta. She's gorgeous. She's beautiful. What do you want with a side piece? Huh? What do you want with corn, green beans, and mashed potatoes when you can have a whole turkey, honey, with dressing? What do you want? You just need your ego stroked, honey. You're going to lose this beautiful woman. My advice to Letoya Luckett, honey, I know you're going to try to work it out, do everything under God and hoo, and ha. Let me tell you, God don't want you to be no fool. He does not want you to be no fool. You got your two beautiful babies, and my advice to you is to run. Run for the hills. Put on your best Nike Air Maxes, and you better run, honey, because you're going to be stuck. You're going to be miserable. You're going to waste all of your pretty years on this fool. A complete fool, honey. You could do so much better, baby. We got to go back to the drawing board, baby. God is not done in the blessing department, honey. He's going to bless you again. This is just another lesson. And my advice to you, again, run for the hills. But if you're going to stick around and try to see what he do, honey, he already done did what he do. And it's called cheat on you. Nah, baby. Let's get with it. Let's get past our pain. Let's get past our hurt. And the thing about it is, I see why a lot of these women stick around is because they don't want to go through that major hurt of leaving someone that they truly, dearly care for. That right there is like a heart attack in itself. It's like grieving somebody's death, because divorce is a death. So while we sitting back looking at these people and their messy ass lives, let's just take lessons out of it on what not to do and what to do and how long we should stay in a situation. Because if you look around, people ain't living long lives no more. Especially in this pandemic, the government, let me not even get started on the government. That's a whole nother video. But let's just have some prayers or good thoughts, high vibrational thoughts, send our love and light to this young lady, because she has been through it, just like the majority of us young black women have been through it, and even other races have been through it with guys who just aren't worth our time. They're just not worth it. And now we bring in lives into sticky situations. It's like, no. It's okay. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to be heartbroken. But what's not okay is to stick around in the toxicity. You will lose your everlasting mind. Run for the hills, ladies. Run for the hills when you get the signs, because God gives us signs. It's called red flags. He gives it to us. It's just that we don't pay attention because we're too busy trying to listen to what these guys are saying, which 9 times out of 10 is a whole bunch of dang lies, instead of paying attention to what they're doing, because they're doing the crap in front of our eyes. Let's wise up. And another fool, RayJ Norwood, Willie Jr. This fool can't keep his dang old third leg in his pants. What? Does he have an addiction called whoredom? Because here he is, too, has a beautiful woman, a beautiful wife, who obviously is faithful. Again, another faithful woman, another queen, done bore 2 children for him. She, too, had a daughter first and now a son. She actually is running for the hills. This marriage is definitely not going to last. Anybody who think they gonna last, please, yes, put your bands up. Bet me 10 G's right now. Bet me 10 G's. I guarantee you by the end of next year, the divorce is going to be finalized. First, she go to file for divorce. Then they try to work it out. Now he filing for divorce. Now the fool he is like literally on camera for the Bad Girls Club, kissing some white girl named Sarah. Mind you, Sarah's not even cute. She looks like the Wicked Witch of the West. Honestly, with that dang nose, child boo. Anywho, if you're going to be out here being Mr. Nasty, can you at least get some type of quality from a woman? Not trailer park? Like, come on, bruh. What are you aiming for? AIDS? Like, stop with it now. You're making a mockery of your whole entire family. This lady done helped you to preserve your legacy. It's called she done bore children for you. And you just completely have her looking like a fool. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to comment.